Hi everybody, Joe Fall here again for the seventh and final time this semester, recording live from the Joe Fall Recording Studios in beautiful Sevierville, Tennessee. So what are we going to do today? We're going to talk about the assignment number 7, Practice Your Skills assignment number 7, which can be found in chapter 19 on page 572 to 573. You're going to be doing revising the message, the thank you message 9-15, message 19-C or 19.C. You're going to be revising that into a formal thank you letter for a job interview that you recently went on. So before we get to that, however, let's take a second to celebrate. If you are watching these instructions, there's an excellent chance that you have you've progressed well in the course and that you're going to pass the class. We hope so. No promises there, but there's an excellent chance that you're in good shape to do that. So let's just take a second to celebrate your accomplishments. Take a little more time, give yourself a round of applause, a pat on the back. Another second, and congratulations. Now let's get back to business. So, again, you're going to be taking this message on pages 572. Notice there's always little notes there that I make about omitting some things and maybe some comments about information being too casual. Okay, things to avoid, and then things to reword. Okay, so you're going to take that context and you're going to rewrite this from the interviewee standpoint, thanking the person for their time and whatnot. So, why are you sending a thank you? First of all, well, it's a common courtesy. Okay, somebody took their time out of their day to interview you, provide you with something, and so you want to show a sign of appreciation. I know in many of my classes, when you have that interview project that you have in marketing or management, I ask you to handwrite a thank you note and send it, because that just adds a little more personal flair to it. Buy a cheap box of cards or inexpensive box of cards over at Walmart and keep them in your desk drawer and send a personal thank you note. That adds a really nice touch. So cordiality is one reason why. The second reason why, especially in a job interview, is that it gives you an opportunity to re-emphasize something you might not have touched on in the interview, or something you did and you want to emphasize again, enhancing your candidacy for this job. Especially if you're like first in the interview list and there are like 9 people following you. You get home, you write your thank you card out, or you send your note and you put it in the mail that day. They get it a day or two later, and it brings you back to top of mind. So it's called the recency effect. So that's another good reason to do that. So anyway, you're going to take this context, this content from the textbook, and you're going to use much of it, but you're going to revise a lot of it. So how does it read in the textbook? It says, let's see, thank you for the really marvelous opportunity. Omit the word marvelously. Words like marvelously and love, they just sound fake and phony and too gushy. To meet you and your colleagues at Starrett Engine Company. I really enjoyed touring your facilities and talking with all the people there. You have quite a crew. Omit quite a crew. Reword that. Quite a team maybe, or something to that effect. Some of the other companies that I visited have been so rigid and uptight that I can't imagine how I would fit in. Never talk poorly about another company or another person. You don't know who you're talking to, and it's just poor form. You could easily be communicating that you would do the same to them. It's a relief to run into a group of people who seem to enjoy their work as much as all of you do. That sounds pretty good, but you want to, if you use it, which I think you should, polish it up a little bit. Second paragraph. I know you must be looking at many other candidates for this job, and I know that some of them will probably have more experience than I. Right away, you're discounting yourself, so avoid that altogether. You want to jump to the positive as to why they should hire you. So you're going to use this information that's coming up. But I do want to emphasize my 2-year hitch in the Navy involved a good deal of engineering work. 2-year hitch is way too much slang, so you want to revise that. I don't think I mentioned all my shipboard responsibilities during the interview. Well, if you're going to make that statement, then follow up with a specific example of what one of your shipboard duties was and how it can make you a better candidate for this job. So use that second paragraph to enhance your candidacy. Omit anything that could take away from it. Your third and final paragraph, where it says, please give me a call within the next week and let me know your decision. That's kind of forward and abrupt and just kind of demanding. You can usually find me in my dormitory in the evening after dinner. My phone number is blah, 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 blah. That's way, way too casual. So use the template that I provided for you in the book. are in the course content, same information here, 13 spaces from the top. That includes your top 1-inch margin and then 7 more spaces after that. Your return address, a couple of spaces, their address, okay, an opening salutation, 3 paragraphs. So you're going to reword the information and omit the unprofessional stuff from paragraph 1. And then you're going to get into paragraph 2. This is again where you're going to hopefully enhance your candidacy, omitting the unprofessional context and content. And in paragraph 3, finally, you're going to reword and omit any unprofessional information from page 573. Mention that you look forward to their reply. Add that you too will be following up within a week or so. Okay, that way when you do call, it's not like you're badgering them. You've forewarned them in the letter that, hey, I'm going to be following up too, and I do look forward to hearing back from you. And provide contact information if they should need to follow up. Create a warm closing like warm regards or sincerely, and again, your name. So anyway, do a good job here. Thank you cards, thank you notes are very, very powerful tools. Doing them properly is very, very important as well. Remember, a printed document or a written document is a permanent document, and you want to be remembered fondly. So if you have any questions, give me a call, 865-774-5814, or shoot me an email, and look forward to hearing from you.